Hi, so today we are going to be starting our final unit of chemistry, and this is going to be over kinetics. So in this unit, we're going to be starting off by talking about a concept called collision theory. So the word collision essentially just means that things are running into each other, things are bumping into each other, and that is the basis for chemical reactions, which is what we're going to be studying in this unit. So just to kind of reiterate stuff that we have already kind of learned about a little bit, a chemical reaction, that is a process where one or more substances are changed due to the rearrangement of atoms. So atoms are rearranging, their bonds are broken, and they're being reformed. So in this picture that we have here, we have some H2 molecules and an O2 molecule. And they're breaking their bonds and they're reforming in the form of H2O. Okay, and so that's kind of the basis for what a chemical reaction is. So collision theory, what this is stating is that the rate of the reaction depends on how often particles collide with each other and with how much energy. So the more they run into each other with more energy, there's going to be more of these reactions happening. If there are less collisions with less energy, there's going to be less of a reaction. So what we're going to be studying is how we can control how quickly a reaction happens, which is kind of the basis for what collision theory is. So collisions, they only result in a reaction if the particles collide with a certain minimum energy, and this is called the activation energy. So this is what we learned about in the last unit. The activation energy needs to be overcome in order to have an actual reaction occur. So in this graph, this is similar to our potential energy diagrams that we studied last unit. We have our reactant and we have our product. In order to get from the reactant to the product, it needs to overcome the activation energy. If there's not enough energy to overcome this activation energy in the reaction, then it will stay as a reactant and the reaction will not progress. So essentially, if there's not enough energy, the reactant or the reaction is not going to be happening. So the activation energy, that is the minimum energy needed to initiate the chemical reaction. So just to kind of reiterate, two things must occur for a successful reaction to happen. The collisions must be powerful enough to reach the activation energy, so the atoms or molecules must collide with enough power, and two, they must collide in the correct orientation. So to kind of summarize what that means is that if we have two atoms that run into each other, say this A and B right here, those A and B will run into each other and create a reaction where AB is formed as a product. However, if A and C run into each other in the orientation where the B is facing in the opposite direction, that's not going to create a reaction because those A and C, those don't form a bond together, so they're not going to want to create a reaction. So in order for this reaction to happen, they need to run into each other facing the correct way and with enough energy. If those two things are not met, there is not going to be a reaction that happens. So in order to increase it, you must increase the amount of collisions that happen and increase the amount of energy that causes those collisions. So in our next section, we're going to be talking about how to change those rates of reaction. What are the things we can do to increase the amount of collisions and the energy at which they collide?